Right, evening all. So I'm going to make the most of the good weather by doing a drive shaft boot on my Kuga. It had two new drive shafts at the front a few weeks ago, but one of them already has a split boot, which you might have seen in a video I did a week or so ago. So this is what's split. I'm going to replace it tonight. So I've got to strip the hub down on that side again. The tool I'm going to use to put the new CV boot on is this, the lazy man's way. So if it was an old drive shaft, I'd take the joint off, inspect it, repack it with grease properly. But because it's a new drive shaft, I'm pretty confident that the joint is okay. The split on the boot on the new drive shaft is only a small, it's like a small tear there, so it's only a little bit of grease come out. But I'll get some more videos and stuff as we go along, so you can see what I'm doing. I've also got this little tool here, which I'll show you what this does after as well. Right, the wheel's off, so I'll show you what I mean about this grease. So when I serviced it, did the drive shafts and then serviced it about a week later and noticed that there was some grease around here. So this is why I've got to change this boot. And to do that, I've got to take this hub off, pop this drive shaft out, and then I can use that tool to spread the drive shaft boot open, put a new one on. So that's what I'm going to do. I've also got new brakes to put on as well, so I'll do this at the same time. So I've turned the wheel now. So you're going to get the brake caliper off with a 7mm Allen key bit here, which is a bit you don't tend to get in your normal set, so you have to buy a 7mm one separate. Take this spring off, get this brake caliper supported up here. I use a cable tie or something like that. Get the brakes off. We'll undo this pinch bolt at the back here, and this is where my other little special tool I've got. I'll show you how that works. We'll take the track rod off. We'll just take the whole hub off, to be honest. And obviously we'll take this bottom joint. Oh fuck, I've got a bloody split ball joint there as well. But not to worry, I've got new boots that I can put on that until I can get a new one. So luckily I've got my emergency repair kit for that. Fuck's sake. Okay, so that's another job I've got to do tonight. Yeah, so I'll crack on with this then. Right, I'm going to try and show you this snazzy little tool here for helping you get the shock absorber out of the knuckle here. So what this does, you take the pinch bolt out and you get this little tool in here. So it's like a little spreader, so you put that in there and then you do this screw up here, and it opens this and allows you to drop this down. It can also be used for where the bottom pinch bolt is for the lower arm as well. So it makes life a lot easier rather than trying to bang chisels in and then hammer it down. It just nicely holds it open. So that there was about 10 quid. It even comes with a 10mm ratchet spanner, which is handy because I was missing one. So not the best quality, but hey, for 10 quid you can't complain that you get that and that. So I'll get this in and then I'll sort of hopefully show you. I just can't do it with one hand at the minute. Okay, so I've got that tool in place on the lower arm. So I've got a pry bar in on there, and you should be able to see now, rather than having to hammer a ball joint fork in there to get it out, you can actually pull that down. Now I'm trying to do it one-handed at the minute, which is a bit awkward, so but hopefully you sort of get the idea there. And then it'll be the same again for that one, and then the whole hub comes off. Right, that's the hub off now. I remember now I did wheel bearings as well on this, and you can see where the drive shaft grease has been spraying around everywhere. So the worst part of the job, I suppose, is having to clean everything up. So this is what I'm going to replace this boot here. I wonder if you can see where it's split. That's just where it's landed in the pile of grease on the arm there, but effectively the split was along here somewhere. Right, so I'm at the point where I can get the new drive shaft boot on. So this here is the bomb hole spreader 5000. You put the new boot on and it spreads it open, and you can slide it across there, and then you trim that down to size. So I'll let the air out of that. Close that back up. I'm trying to do everything one-handed is a pain. I have ordered a tripod to try and make things a bit better. So my next video, I'll get the boot on and I'll sort of show you how it goes on. So that is the boot on. on the spreader. Try and do this one-handed, it's probably going to fly off knowing my luck. So you spread it, hang on. Yeah, so you get the gist of it. I've got to try and do it with two hands, but effectively that spreads that open and then you can slide it over that joint there. Right, that's the rubber boot on. So obviously you have all this excess here that you have to trim off because these are a bit of a universal kit. So what I do is I pull this up so I know it's up against the knuckle, the CV joint here. And then I know that when I put this clamp on, all of this shit here can then be trimmed off and chucked away. And then I need to put the clip on there as well. Right, that's the new CV boot on. I hate these universal kits, but I've had to make do for now. So I've got to start putting this back together. I'm going to put a new boot on there. And then that's it really, it's just the reverse of how you took it apart. So hopefully you found it fairly informative and saw how some interesting tools worked or whatever. But I'll have to leave it there for now so I can just get this back together and have some dinner.